Okay, so good day. Our next topic will be about the value of marketing. This is still part of your preliminaries and yeah, will be part of your prelim exam. So our next would be about um the value of marketing. How do you propose or how should you create value in exchange that you could offer it to the customers or yeah um customers or buyers. If you remember our last our during our last topic, the main definition of marketing is about satisfying needs and wants, right? Satisfying needs and wants and the creation of value. So, gaano nga ba kahalaga si marketing? Okay, so introduction, so yan yung topic outline natin. Okay. So, importance of marketing, business success, why it drives demand for products and services leading to profitability. And for societal benefits, it introduces products that improve lives and create jobs. So as you can see in here, dalawa pala yung benefits nito, no, yung importance niya. As for the business sector, of course, if you will put up your business, nagre-rely ang business sa sales. And that is part of marketing. Una sa lahat, bakit nga ba nagpuput up ng business? It's to generate sales. And yan yung trabaho ni marketing, right? Paano mag-convert into sale. And for the societal benefits naman, aside from it creates jobs such as entrepreneurship, parang magkasama yan ni marketing. Um, it actually helps the society by solving the pain points. Yan nga yung ano, 'di ba, yung main definition. It finds the pain points of the target customers and try to find a solution for them. So, yung through the products and services that are being offered, it aims to help, it aims to help the target consumers to solve their problems. And I think I already discussed that dun sa first part natin. Okay? So, without marketing, other business functions like finance and operations would not matter as much. O nga naman, bakit nga ba? Para saan nga ba yung finance kung walang napapapasok yung na pera, 'di ba? Yung operations naman, ano ngayon kung maayos yung management, maayos yung daily operations wala naman pumapasok na customer. So it would be useless. So, successful marketing not only contributes to financial success, but also benefits society by introducing new products that improve people's lives and create job opportunities. So, what about the scope? Identifying and fulfilling human and societal needs profitably through offerings. And for marketing management, it's selecting target markets and maintaining customer relationships. So, si marketing, again, satisfying needs and wants. Ang sabi ito, fulfilling human and societal needs. You know, it, it focuses on needs. Yun nga, kaya, kung naalala niyo yung discussion natin nung nakaraan, how will you identify needs? It's through market research, right? It's, through gathering data. Because how will you know what they want if they will not gather data? From there, dito papasok si marketing management. Ito na yung pagsiselect ng target market and ano yung next, maintaining customer relationships. If you remember, hindi na tayo traditional marketing na nag-e-end lang tayo sa transactional. Ngayon, it's more on relationship marketing. Um, ang mga businesses ngayon, they aim to create a long-term relationship with their customers or clients. Why? That would be better kasi it will, um, it will generate more value, right? Syempre, magkakaroon ng repeat customers. At the same time, if they have a good relationship with this customer, that customer can also vouch or can also um, give positive reviews or convince others to also buy that certain product. So, yun yung goal ng marketing. So, what are the categories of marketed items? Ano nga ba yung mga minamarket? So, akala natin goods and services lang. Hindi. Dalawa lang yun. Basic lang yun. So, we have different kinds. So, of course, the goods would be our physical products such as electronics, food, cars, anything tangible. Goods yon. Services, ito yung intangible. Um, it's more on availing the services. Like, let's say, for example, cleaning services. Hindi naman tangible yun, di ba? Kapag nag-hire ka ng cleaning services para mag-general cleaning ng bahay mo or ng building mo, uh, hindi naman physically natatouch yun. So, that's services. Kinoconsume mo lang, nire-render mo lang siya. So, yan, examples ng services. Experiences, it's a combination of goods and services. For example, theme parks. So, kagaya niyan, for example, you will go to Disneyland. So, aside from the stuffed toys or the goodies, the Walt Disney items that kids could buy or that if a family could buy, ano rin siya may mga rides and mga games, and at the same time, they can interact with the characters that are being impersonated by real people. So, dun sa utak ng bata, it's one of a kind experience because it's like bringing back the characters to life or bringing the characters to life, and they could interact or talk with them. So, may mga actors and actresses sila na nandoon na magko-cosplay din bilang Snow White, bilang Rapunzel, and kung sino-sino pang mga ano dyan, Walt Disney characters. Okay? So, ayun. Next one. Another one would be, kulang. Nasaan yung events? Ewan ko kung may events dito, but anyway. So, meron din mga events. For example, would be major trade shows, sporting events, and local gatherings are marketed to attract participants and attendees. So, sporting events, like let's say for example, yung ano yan, PBA, kapag may laro, that's an event. So, syempre, bibili ka ng ticket. Yan yung minamarket. Diba? Ano pa? Yeah, local gatherings, ano pa, mga fiesta, or pag Oktoberfest, magkakaroon ng live bands. So, yun yung ano, yun yung minamarket or binibenta. Bibili ka ng ticket in the form of a ticket. Okay? Next one. So we have people. People would be the public figures market themselves to enhance personal brands. So, example dito, yung mga bini ninyo, mga merch ng bini, or it can also be a politician or what? Politician, pwede rin ng mga artista, mga singers. Why? For example, mga artist, ayan. Like for example, Taylor Swift, right? So, yung event niyang concert, hindi naman yung concert mismo yung binebenta, kundi yung presence or yung worth or yung value ni Taylor Swift. Ikaw ba kung hindi mo naman fan or hindi mo naman bet yung kakanta, pupunta ka ba dun sa kanyang concert, di ba hindi? So, ang minamarket doon, yung persona ni Taylor Swift. Okay? So, that's an example. So, what else? Places. regions market themselves to attract visitors and businesses. So example dito ay mga tourist spots. For example, sa Baguio City, minamarket ang turismo doon na palaging nagkakaroon ng mga bisita. Pinapaganda pa masyado yung Session Road, pinapaganda yung overall city, yung mga pasyalan doon para maraming umakyat na mga bisita and magta-thrive yung mga local businesses din doon. Okay? Next one is organizations. Enhance images and attract support. Enhance images and attract support through marketing. So there are some organizations, pwedeng non-government or pwedeng professional organization. So, iyan. For instance, tawag dito. Yeah, sa marketing, merong professional organization din ng marketing. Ang kapalit ng pagiging member is of course being the prestige of becoming a member of that organization. At the same time, you will have discounts whenever there will be some forum that would be held in Manila. But you know what? It's expensive to be a part of that organization. So actually, I inquired. Ewan ko kung naikwento ko na rin. I inquired about that one, and if you are a graduate already, you're already working, the membership fee is 10,000 pesos. Aside from I do not know if it's monthly or yearly, your annual dues, DUES, dues. Ibig sabihin, magbabayad ka pa. It's either monthly or annually. So, ang mahal. Pero ang kapalit nun, syempre yung prestige and more opportunities, more connections if you are really a marketing professional. Pag nasa field ka talaga ng marketing. If you are into public relations, into advertising, pwede kang pumunta doon. I don't find it practical because I'm in the academe, so I'm not really in the industry. No, so hindi ko siya itinuloy, and aside from the fact that it is pricey. Ayun. Okay, what else? Ang nakakapagtaka nga hindi na rin daw ako qualified mag-take ng exam kasi doctorate na daw ako. So, kasi pampahaba din ng pangalan sana. Um, ano na yun? Ang pwedeng idagdag sa pangalan sana yung registered professional marketer. Ayun. Kaso ayaw na nila akong pag-examine kahit nakapagbayad na ako. Wala naman na akong, bawal naman daw i-refund. Naghahanap ako ng kapalit, pero wala akong mahanap na kapalit. But anyway. So, yun. So, before ka magiging member din doon, mag-exam ka pa sana. Tapos, magiging part ka ng organization nila. Sad to say, hindi na nga ako qualified. So, ayun. A rant. Anyway. So, that's one example organization. And then, ideas. Concepts promoted through social campaigns. So, for example, uh, if you are an advocate of POS, like, or animal rights, you are an advocate of animal rights, then you will be a member of POS. At the same time, you are trying to sell the idea that, alam niyo na, yung advocacy ni POS na all animals should also have rights to live and against siya sa animal cruelty. Ayun. So, it's an idea that you sell. What else? Sa Greenpeace, for example, the idea of going green when it comes to your lifestyle, being an advocate like changing, changing your tumblers or avoiding the usage of plastic wares and bringing your own tumblers to restaurants. That is an idea that you would like to sell. When you say or market, para mas marami kang ma-convince dun sa ideology mo, dun sa advocacy mo. Okay, that's an example of idea. Marami pa dito sa handout. Meron pa tayong properties. For example, properties would be real estates. Yeah, hindi, yun lang naman atang hindi na isama. Okay, information. Yeah, information. So, data and knowledge are marketed by firms like Reuters to decision makers in various industries. So, information, example would be the research, uh, ano, research output. Like, let's say, for example, um, you you conducted a research about, or you had a survey about the, ano na yun? About the, ano ba? I forgot na yung term. Yung trust rating, ayan. Yung mga trust rating ng pangulo, ng pangalawang po, mga politicians natin, ang nagkakandak ng ganun ay mga research firms. Ngayon, itong mga research firms, maaari nilang ibenta yung mga data na yon. Aside from that, may mga iba na talagang dedicated sa consumer behavior, and ang masaklap nga kasi may, hindi ba kayo parang nagtataka na na after ng COVID, bigla-biglang dumami ang ano, bigla-biglang dumami yung mga spam text or unknown calls. So, actually yung pinagla-login tayo ng ating last name, first name, ano pa, nandun yung contact number, age, kunwari in the guise of contact tracing, pwede nilang ibenta actually yung data na iyon to companies. And that is why marami tayong natatanggap na ganun, spam text or spam calls. Yun yung parang, anong tawag dito? Unethical na gawa nila. Okay, so marami yan, malaki ang kita dyan sa information, lalo na kung legit yung mga data. No? Okay, so next one. The role of marketers. So we need to understand the demand. We have different demand states. We have negative, non-existent, latent, declining, irregular, full, over full, and unwholesome. Okay, so we will be talking about those things. So marketers play a crucial role in seeking responses such as attention, purchases, votes, or donations from prospects. Both parties involved in potential transaction are considered marketers. Beyond just stimulating demand for products, marketers aim to influence the level, timing, and nature of demand to align with the organization's goals. So, ang hirap pala ng work ng marketer, no? So, actually, ang sabi dito, crucial role, it means a very important role. It seeks attention. Yung nag-generate ng purchases, ayan, nagko-convince ng mga target consumers or target audiences para bumili or maniwala or i-accept yung isang idea. Okay, so kaya nga lagi kang di sa marketing part na yung sales pitch na sabi ko nga sa inyo ang marketing, it's everywhere. When you apply for a job, you are marketing yourself. Actually, you are selling yourself. Why? Because you're trying to convince the employer to hire you. Ganun din dito. Yun yung analogy niya, no? So, given yung mga types or what is being marketed. Now, we will talk about the 8 possible demand states. Okay? So, we have the negative demand. Ano yung negative demand? Consumers actively dislike the product and may even pay to avoid it. So, examples dito ng negative demand ay ano, we pay to avoid it. We pay to avoid it. So, insurances, ayan, because we avoid getting sick, right? That's a negative demand. Next one would be non-existent demand. Consumers are unaware of or uninterested in the product. An example of non-existent demand could be a new type of sustainable packaging material that consumers are unaware of or uninterested in due to lack of promotion or understanding of its benefits. So, non-existent, walang nagde-demand dun. Walang may gusto doon. Kasi, they are uninterested, they are not interested, they are not even aware that it is existing. Okay, that's non-existent demand. Next one would be latent demand. Consumers have an unmet need that existing products fail to satisfy. Mm. So examples would be electric cars experienced latent demand before their widespread availability as consumers sought environmentally friendly transportation options. Yun. So, electric cars daw. Ito ang nangyari sa latent demand before its widespread availability. So, nangyari si latent demand nung hindi pa siya talamak. Okay? Next one would be declining demand. Consumers are purchasing the product less frequently or not at all. Example would be what? Yung mga obsolete na ng mga gamit, pakunti na ng pakunti ang bumibili. Declining, what else? Yung mga ina-avail na services such as theaters or cinemas because the rise of watching Netflix, watching movies through Netflix, Disney, or other online platforms, pakunti na ng pakunti, there's a declining demand na sa pagpanunod ng sine. Hindi katulad noon na full pack or uh, mahaba yung pila. And not unless na talagang maganda siya or well-marketed or ina-anticipate ng mga tao yung movie na yon gusto nilang panoorin sa theater. Pero madalas, hindi na siya napupuno. Kasi nga, may mga ibang tao na may mga ibang consumers na hintayin ko na lang sa online sa Netflix. Total, nagbabayad naman ako. Parang ganun. Kagaya niyan, yung mga movies ng Metro Manila Film Fest, 'di ba? Um, Pinalabas nila muna sa cinemas, pero nung nagtagal, bandang mga, itong first quarter or second quarter ng 2025, nirelease na rin nila sa Netflix. So, kung kaya nilang, yung mga iba, kung kaya nilang, maghintay sa Netflix na ipalabas, edi, doon na lang sila. So, again, there's a declining demand doon sa mga cinemas natin. Next is irregular demand. Consumers purchase fluctuate based on various time periods. Examples would be seasonal products. Ano yung mga seasonal products? Yung mga natin, mga Christmas decors na, mga Christmas tree natin. Um, Di naman, ang example dito na is yung winter coats, wala naman tayong winter. So, ayun. Ayan, mga bulaklak, mga bouquets of flowers. So, mataas ang demand tuwing Mother's Day, tuwing Valentine's Day. But other than that, special occasions lang like um funeral, 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 ganun. Tapos yung mga iilan mga birthdays na binibigyan ng flowers, bouquets ng flowers, yun lang. Pero ibang-iba yung demand kapag in season siya, like Valentine's and Mother's Day. That is irregular demand. Next is full demand. Consumers are purchasing all available products in the market. Siyempre, example na yung mga toiletries natin, yung mga grocery natin, kasi monthly natin need i-replenish yung food, mga basic necessities natin. That is an example of full demand. Over full demand, more consumers desire the product than can be accommodated. Examples would be designer handbags, because why? Or designer handbags or designer or luxury items. Kasi minsan it is just being manufactured in a limited edition. So, konti lang yung konti lang yung ima-manufacture nila para ma-retain yung value. So that's over full demand. So yung mas marami yung ano, let's say, ah prestigious na para sa isang customer kapag nakakuha siya ng limited edition na ganung bag. And unwholesome demand, consumers are attracted to products with negative societal impacts. Examples would be cigarettes, tobacco, uh, beer, or alcohol. Why? It's unwholesome. Of course, there's a negative societal impact. Vape, ayan, that is an unwholesome demand. Okay? So, I do hope, yan, si Mr. Cales, mag-iba na siya ng i-business niya, wag na sanang vape. Kasi, ayun, may negative implication sa health yun. Kahit nasabihin mong mataas ang demand, pero, di ba, dapat magbigay ka ng positive impact pa rin sa mga consumers mo. Hindi lang basta negosyo lang. Next one, understanding markets. Okay. Traditionally, so we have traditional versus economic definitions. So traditionally, a market is referred to a physical location where buyers and sellers gather to engage in transactions. So, physical market, ayan, or online market, basta magkakaroon ng exchange ng goods and services or exchange ng products kapalit ng pera or something, that is already called a market. So, it's more on the physical location. However, economists define a market as a group of buyers and sellers interacting over a specific product or category, like the housing market or the grain market. So, again, in traditional aspect, yung public market natin, yun daw yung meaning ng market, no? Pero according sa mga economist ngayon, ano yan, dapat meron silang common specific product na or category na bibilhin. Example nga, sabi, stock market, housing market, ayan, agriculture market, ayan. So, we have different market types, no? There are 5 fundamental markets with interconnected flows. So, manufacturers acquire resource from markets like raw materials, labor, and money, transform them into goods and services, and then sell the finished products to intermediaries who in turn sell to consumers. So consumers sell their labor, earn money, and use it to purchase goods and services. And then the government collects taxes, engage in transactions in various markets to obtain goods and services delivered in public services. So we have market types. Okay. Key customer markets. Mali ito. Palitan natin to. We have consumer, business, global, and non-profit, and government. Yan. Palitan natin to ng key customer market. Di ba? Yun. So, we have the consumer markets. Of course, tayo yon. When you say consumer markets, the end users are us, the people, the consumers. Tayo ang binibentahan. Okay? Next one would be business or the business market. Kapag B2B or business to business, like let's say for example, um, example, ano, okay, ahente ako ng ano, for example, ahente ako ng mga air conditioners. Tapos, na-deal ko, na-transact ko, na-deal ko sa isang school na ako na yung magpa-provide ng mga air conditioners dun sa mga classrooms, then that is a business market. B2B yun. Okay? So, kumbaga, ang customer din ay mga businesses. Ano pa? Like, sa mga supplier ng mga coupon bond or ng mga, yeah, reams of coupon bonds. Kunwari ako na yung magsusupply sa isang office or sa school, sa isang university. That's B2B, business market yon. Global market, operating in the global arena involves navigating cultural, linguistic, legal, and political disparities. Companies must strategize entry into different countries, adapt products to local preferences, set pricing strategies, and effectively communicate across diverse cultures. So, basic. Ang ibig sabihin ng global market, if your business would branch out to other countries, like let's say Jollibee, it's already uh, making a name in the global market since they have branched out to different states. Sa US, sa Vietnam, sa UK. Ayun. So that is what we call the global market. Next one is nonprofit and governmental markets. Selling to nonprofit organizations, churches, universities, charities, and government agencies requires careful pricing strategies. Government procurement often involves competitive bids, with buyers prioritizing practical solutions and cost effectiveness. Okay. So, ayun. You can also actually sell to the government. Like, for example, there is a certain project, road project ng DPWH, for example, or yeah, or ng LGU, for instance. Then you are a supplier of construction materials. You can bid kung sino ang lowest bidder, ganun. Pwede kang mag-bid. Kung ikaw nanalo, edi ikaw magsusupply ng construction supplies. So that is an example of government market. Binentahan mo, ikaw yung business, bebentahan mo yung government agency or non-profit organization. For the non-profit organizations, let's say, I don't know, I not familiar with some non-profit organizations. But as long as they are the ones who will buy, then they are part of this market. Okay? Yun. Ito pala siya, key customer markets. Yan na siya, na-discuss na natin kanina. Core marketing concepts. So we have types of needs. We have the need, wants versus demand. Okay, so 'di ba yung need, ang sabi natin sa need, ito yung mga kailangan for existing. Balikan ninyo yung Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like the lowest one would be the basic needs, and then security needs, and then social needs, so then self-esteem needs, ano pa, then self-actualization, or esteem needs and then self-actualization needs. So, ayun. But we also have, we have the 5 types of needs. Okay? Based kay Kotler. First one would be stated needs. Stated needs are explicit requirements expressed by customers. For example, a customer stating that they want an inexpensive car directly communicates their desire for a vehicle that fits their budget. So, stated needs, stated, straight to the point, na sinabi niya na kailangan ko ng ganitong kotse, that is stated needs. So companies often address stated needs through pricing strategies, promotions, and product features. So we move on now to real needs. Real needs. Real needs go beyond the surface level, desires, and focus on the underlying requirements that customers seek to fulfill. So in the case of a customer wanting a car with low operating costs, or in a case of a customer wanting a car with low operating costs rather than just low initial price, then the real need is cost effectiveness over the long term. So companies catering to real needs must emphasize factors like fuel efficiency, maintenance cost, and overall affordability to meet customers' genuine requirements. So, ayan. So, balik tayo dun sa stated need kanina na sabi niya, gusto niya ah, ng kotse na inexpensive. Pero ang real need niya is a cost efficient or uh, low operating cost efficient na kotse. So dito sa real need, kailangang i-emphasize ni seller o ni agent ni seller na itong model na to cost efficient to. Tipid ito sa gas lalo na kung long drive. Ayan, yun yung i-emphasize niya sa sales talk niya. Kasi yun talaga yung real need, yung pagiging cost efficient. Okay? So ano pa, mura lang daw yung maintenance cost yung mga spare parts nito, madaling hanapin. Syempre kapag madaling hanapin, madaling ito hindi mo na orderin yung pyesa sa ibang lugar. So that would be much more affordable. Next one is unstated needs. Unstated. Unstated needs are expectations that customers have but do not explicitly communicate. For instance, a customer expecting good service from a car dealer without explicitly mentioning it reflects an unstated need for a positive customer experience. So, dito sa unstated, oo nga naman, hindi naman straight to the point na sasabihin ni customer, uy, dapat magandang customer service mo sa akin. Dapat maayos yung transaction nating dalawa. Hindi naman ganun. So, ini-expect na yun dapat ni customer. So, dapat si agent, basta siya nang maglalakad ng lahat, wala ka nang gagawin, magbabayad ka na lang. Siya nang bahala sa car insurance, siya nang bahala sa anong tawag dito? Pag-aasikaso pag magkakaroon ng maintenance, ganun. After sales, yun yung unstated needs. And delight needs represent desires that exceed basic expectations and aim to surprise and delight customers. For example, a customer wishing for an onboard GPS system in their car goes beyond functional requirements and seeks added value and convenience. Companies that cater to delight needs differentiate themselves by offering innovative features, personalized services, and unique experiences that exceed customer expectations. So, delight, hindi lang pala siya basta-basta kotse na sabi niya, libre na si GPS. Libre nang ikakabit si GPS or libre na yung GPS kasama na ng kotse. That is delight. Unexpected siya. Parang nag-exceed siya sa basic expectations. Okay? May wow factor. Ayan, si delight needs. Nagbibigay ng wow factor sa customer. And secret needs. Secret needs are subconscious or hidden desires that customers may not articulate but influence their purchasing decisions. For instance, a customer wanting to be perceived as a savvy consumer by their friends reveals a secret need for social validation and status. Okay, so hindi daw, syempre secret. Hindi niya sinasabi yon, 'di ba? So sabi, gusto daw niyang ma-perceive na magaling siyang customer or wise siyang customer. And ang totoo daw niyang, ang secret need pala daw nun ay yung social validation and status. Gusto niyang ma-validate parang ma-validate ng iba na talagang wise siyang mag-purchase. So companies that tap into secret needs focus on enhancing customer self-image, social standing, or emotional fulfillment through their products or services creating a sense of exclusivity or prestige that resonates with customers' hidden aspirations. So that's the secret need. Now we move on to wants versus demands. Of course, wants, specific objects desired to satisfy needs, shaped by society and individual preferences. Whereas for demands, wants for specific product backed by purchasing ability. Di ba I think na-discuss na natin to nung itong first recording. Si wants, siya yung dinidesire ng customer para ma-fulfill yung need. Yung demand, kapag meron na siyang capacity. Si want, wala pa siyang capacity. Okay? So, ano yun? Again, going back tayo sa ano. Sa basic need ay food. Okay. Si want, gusto natin, kasi based sa ating norm and culture, gusto nating kumain pero sa Jollibee. Sabi na nating, sige na nga, want. Sige. Jollibee or sabi na natin sa isang fine dining restaurant. Sa fine dining restaurant tayo, which is mahal. Want mo lang yun, pero hindi mo afford din. Si demand, kapag afford mo nang kumain doon sa fine dining restaurant na yun, then that is called a demand. Again, it is backed up by purchasing ability. Okay? So again, si want, specific objects that satisfy need, shaped by society and individual preference. Si demand, ito na yung specific product, but it is backed up by purchasing ability, or they already have money to buy it. So not all wants. Sabi dito, not all wants translate into demand due to financial constraints. Yun lang. Okay, so si want pwedeng maging demand, pero hindi lahat ng demand, or tawag dito, hindi lahat na, sorry. Si demand, lahat yan want. Pero hindi lahat ng want ay demand. Kasi nga, hindi naman lahat afford. Now, moving on to target markets, positioning, and segmentation. Of course, segmentation, you're going to segment. Meron tayong demographic, psychographic, geographic, lifestyle. And yung parang i-group mo si target market mo. And then, brand positioning, establishing distinct brand benefits for target segments. So, for example, you are a company that would like to target, okay, for example, part ka ni, Hanabishi. So, si Hanabishi, ano sa tingin ninyo ang kanyang target market? I think si Hanabishi ay pangmasa. Compared with the other brands like Samsung, ganon, or yung mga mamahalin talaga, medyo mid-range siya. Pero quality, magandang quality niya. So, gusto niyang ma-position as a brand which is affordable yet durable. Okay? So, ayan, a brand represents an offering from a recognized source embodying various associations in consumers' minds that shape its image and perception. So, very basic na naman yan si brand positioning. Very basic example. Ano yung gusto mo pag, toothpaste, unang naiisip mo si Colgate. Ayan. Ibig sabihin, nakaposition na siya sa minds ng mga tao. No? Next one, we have marketing channels. First, we have communication channels. Include various mediums like newspaper, magazines, radio, television, digital platforms. In short, ito yung channels kung saan ka magre-reach out doon sa consumers. We also have our distribution channels. Ito na yung manufacturing, retail, ayan, facilitate the display, sale, and delivery of products or services to consumers through direct or indirect channels. Next one would be service channel. Example would be involve warehouses, transportation firms, banks, and insurance companies to support transactions with buyers. So, service channels yung mga yun. Again, it supports transactions and logistics. Examples would be banks, insurance, and warehouses. Transpo. Ayan. Now, we have our digital marketing dynamics. We have, saan na to? We have our technology impact, globalization, changes in market realities. We have the technology impact, globalization, and social responsibility. So, technology impact, of course, through digital platforms, through AI or innovation, then there's already a change in the market. Technology advancements have revolutionized consumer behaviors and marketing opportunities. Okay, for example, with the rise of social media platforms wherein you can give your comment, or let's say online shopping platforms, you can give anonymous reviews to different products, and it serves as a basis dun sa ibang customers din. So that's a technology impact. Dati-rate, pag hindi nagustuhan ni customer, wala nang makakaalam nun unless face-to-face. Yung reach lang niya, mga friends lang niya. Pero ngayon, buong Pilipinas or globally, pwede niyang ma-reach by just commenting their review, either positive or negative. Another one is globalization. So the world has become more interconnected due to advancements in transportation, communication, and shipping. Emerging markets are projected to drive significant global consumption and economic growth, with demographics favoring countries like India, Pakistan, and Egypt. Globalization has led to multiculturalism, impacting consumer buying power and market trends. So, again, I don't know, hindi pala, iba pala, no, sa strategic management pala yun. So, part ng impact ng globalization, ano ba yung globalization? Ito yung pagkakaroon or availability of goods and services sa iba't ibang bansa or ibang bansa or within our country. For instance, dati ang gusto lang natin, ang noodles lang natin ay Payless, Lucky Me, ano pa ba? Maggi. Ngayon, nang dahil sa globalization, kasama na rin ng mga local brands or kasama na rin ng mga kilala nating Pansit Canton, ay mga ramen na galing ng Korea and Japan. Right? So, or Nissin, I forgot. Nissin local, dati ng sikat. So, because of globalization, nagkakaroon din ng pagbabago sa consumer behavior. Dati naman, local, lutong bahay lang naman ang style ng mga restaurant, Filipino restaurants. Lutong bahay or anong ihahanda sa mga restaurant, yung mga putaheng Pinoy, mga Filipino cuisine. Ngayon, ang dahil sa globalization, meron ng Japanese cuisine, meron ng Korean cuisine, may Mediterranean na, at kung ano-ano pa, right? Bakery, dati yung bakery natin, dyan lang sa tabi, masaya na tayo sa pandesal. Ngayon, may mga bakery na nagbebenta na ng mga French bread at kung ano pa, mga kuzang, mga coffee shops na nagbebenta ng mga kuzang and other delicacies or pastries na galing ng style or offered or originally recipe ng ibang bansa. So that is globalization. Okay? Now, moving on, of course, again, dahil sa globalization, nagkakaroon na ng pagbabago sa consumer behavior. Nagkakaroon na ng pagbabago sa consumer preferences. Moving on to social responsibility. Social and environmental issues like poverty, pollution, and climate change are driving corporate social responsibility efforts. Firms worldwide are embracing social responsibility as a core value, considering the ethical, environment, and social impact of their marketing activities. So, yan, CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility. Lalo na ngayon na merong yung SDGs by 2030, So we have different SDGs. If you notice, parang dumami yung nagbibigay ng free webinars, 'di ba? Ah, mas lalong naging active ang mga companies natin na maabot yung mga SDGs. Example pa ng CSR, for example, SM scholarships. They would offer uh, SM scholarships to deserving students with high grades and those who belong to the poverty level. You know, uh, what else? SM Foundation also help build schools, build classrooms. Yan, that is their advocacy. That's their CSR. Okay, what else? Okay, or conclusion. So the marketing's future, evolving strategies, adaptation to technological and social change. Of course, because of these changes, marketers should adapt to these changes. Kung hindi, wala na, hindi na sila, ano yun, ah, magiging outdated na sila and, pwede silang mag-decline. And of course, continuous learning, the importance of market analysis and consumer behavior understanding. So we have the marketing intelligence. So there should be constant market analysis because consumer behavior is constantly changing due to these three changes. And it is really very important that um, organizing or facilitating or no, not facilitating, launching a marketing campaign should really be tailored to the needs or to the preferences of the consumer. And we can only do that through data gathering, through research, and then analyzing the data, of course. So that's all. Okay. If you have questions, again, comment. So see you. Yeah. See you and yeah, stay safe always.